Here are 9 iPhone photo tips that I want you to know before your Disney World trip. Hi, I'm Shannon from WDW Prep and today I thought I'd share with you some tips that I've learned over the years about taking photos and videos with your iPhone during your Disney World trips. I understand that not everyone has an iPhone, but I don't know Android tips. So I assume that a lot of these have equivalents in the Android world. I am just not the right person to share that, but I wanted to share the things that I do know. So let's dive in with tip number one. I suppose this could apply to Android as well. It could apply to any phone or any camera, and that is turn your flash off by default. One of the worst things that I see in the parks is that people have their flashes on by default. And not only is it very disruptive to the people around you, like on a ride or during fireworks or whatever, but it doesn't make your photos better almost ever. It doesn't make your photos better almost ever. For some reason, that sounded confusing. But it's flashes are for things that are close up that you need a little bit of light for. So when you're taking pictures of fireworks or parades that are a distance, it just washes out your photos. So your flashes should only be turned on in the event that you're taking close up photos. And that doesn't happen that often. So just turn it off by default. Number two, turn on live photos by default. So if you have an iPhone, you may have your live photos on by default, but some people turn them off. And I just want to make sure that you go in and switch them on before your Disney World trip because it gives you two options. So if you have a live photo, you can use it as a photo, obviously, but you can also save it as a video, short video, but a video. And to us, this just feels like multitasking because we can use a scene or a moment as a photo or video later if we want to make videos or just post the photos themselves. Number three, another multitasking tip, take photos while you're taking videos. So we are constantly having to capture footage in the parks, horizontal, vertical, video, photo. And so these multitasking tips are very important to us. And one of the things that we do, particularly for things where we just have one chance to capture it, for instance, the Headless Horseman comes out before the Halloween party parade, and we want to capture it. But you kind of just have one shot as it goes by really fast. And so we will take a video and then hold down the photo option while we're taking videos so that once the video is stopped, we have both the photos that were taken while the video was going as well as the video itself. So that can be really helpful in the events of things like parades or anything that's like a one-time shot. You can do both at the same time. Number four, get familiar with the search terms on your camera roll. So my camera roll has almost 100,000 photos and videos. A bulk of those are from Disney World because obviously we do a lot of that during our trips. And in order to find the things that we need, we have to search and search and search. We've gotten very familiar with the terms over the years. You can search for all kinds of things on your camera roll. You can search for places like Magic Kingdom or Disney's Pop Century Resort, whatever it is. You can search for a state. Sometimes I'll just put in Florida. You can also do dates. So I know I took this in December in 2024. So put in December, put in 2024. You can search for the type of photo or video that it is. You can say videos. You can say favorites, things that you have favorited on your camera roll. Screenshots, screen recordings. You can search the kind of media like that. You can also search by keyword. So you could do dog, bed, castle, and this allows you to really narrow it down if you are looking for a specific photo or video. You can also search for a term that might have appeared on a sign or in a screenshot. So if you're like, I took a picture of this thing during my trip and I need to find the sign. So you just search for a word and it can search the text on that graphic. So lots of different search terms and it really helps you narrow down the pictures and videos so that you can find the thing that you are looking for. Number five is that you can search nearby photos to look for exactly what you want. So in the last tip, I talked about how you can put in certain words like Magic Kingdom. Disney's Magic Kingdom Park, I think, is the official word that it geotags. But you can't get any closer than that in terms of like the rides usually. So let's say I was looking for something at the Haunted Mansion. I really need a picture of the Haunted Mansion. So I might go into my camera roll and search for Magic Kingdom Park and then find a photo from there. And when you swipe up, you can look for the location of that photo, and then you have the option to search for nearby photos. From there, you can navigate around the area, in this case, Magic Kingdom, to go to the Haunted Mansion section where it will show you the photos you took there. So we do this a lot to find ride photos or character meets or whatever it is that we're looking for, because not everything is going to have a geo tag that you can easily search. So get familiar with the nearby photos option. Number 6, to make things easy to find, you have a couple of options. One is you can actually change the date on a photo or video when you come across it to today's date, and then it will come to the front of your camera roll. So that is an option that we don't do, but I know a lot of people do. So I wanted to throw it out. What I do is I create an album on my phone that is for queuing things up. So let's say that I have some photos that I want to post and they're from, over the last year or so, and I need to have them all in one place. I will just create an album on my phone that is called Queue, Instagram Queue, or whatever the queue is, video queue. And I put any photos and videos there. That way, when I go to post, I can just go to that album and not have to search my whole camera roll at one time. Number 7, get familiar with locking the focus with the AF/AE lock. This is especially useful when the light keeps changing, like during a parade or during fireworks. It can be hard for your phone to know what to focus on. So if you tap the thing that you want to focus on, or just practice tapping around your screen and hold it down, it will lock the focus instead of kind of going in and out and not knowing exactly what to do. So make sure you're familiar with that, especially before your Disney World trip, because the lighting changes can really mess up your photos if you don't know how to adjust the settings. Number 8, if you're traveling with a group, create a shared album so that everybody has access to it, especially if you want to have the photos after your trip. Now, we especially recommend this if you're buying Memory Maker. And if you're not familiar, Memory Maker is basically unlimited downloads of your digital photos from your trip. It's part of the PhotoPass system. A lot of people confuse PhotoPass and Memory Maker. PhotoPass is the overall system where they have photographers taking pictures or ride photos. It's the overall, system program. And then within that, there are different things you can do, different things you can buy. So within the PhotoPass system, you can get individual photos, you can get coffee mugs and calendars and things with your photos on it. But Memory Maker is one of the products you can buy, and it gives you downloads of all your photos. However, only person that can download all the photos without the watermark is the person who has the credit and it's on their account. So if anybody in your group that you're traveling with is tapping in to get photos or, poses for a PhotoPass photographer, the person with the credit can download those photos without the watermark. And the easiest way to share those is something like a shared album. So we highly recommend getting a shared album so that everyone has access to it, especially if you have Memory Maker, because that way everybody can get their photos without the watermark. I'm going to link to more information about Memory Maker because it's kind of a whole separate topic, but you can look for that in the description. Number 9 is that if you are trying to record information about your trip, like certain times that things happen, take random pictures to do it. So I used to just keep constant notes on my phone. So I was always typing, like this happened at this time and this is whatever. But that requires stopping and typing. And sometimes you're on the move and you're walking and you can't do that as very easily. So what we do is we take random pictures as we are entering the queue or boarding a ride. And then later on, we can create notes based on our random pictures from the timestamps on all the photos. So the point of these photos isn't to look good. It's literally just to have a random picture as you're entering a queue or boarding a ride, something like that. So it can be very helpful for note taking if you're a person that wants that level of detail from your trips. Okay, so that's 9 tips about iPhone photos in your trips, but I have a few other tips that I wanted to offer that are related, but not exactly in the same category as the first 9. Number 1 is to consider only taking pictures and videos of the things that are particular to you. So one of the things that is super frustrating for a lot of people is that when you go to like a fireworks show, as soon as it starts, there's just phones in everyone's faces. And that footage that you take isn't going to be the best quality, probably. It's not going to be unique. You can find the full videos on YouTube of people that have professional equipment. Instead, I would suggest looking at things that are specific to you or your travel group. So maybe you take a picture of your child watching the fireworks and the look on their face. Or you take a picture that is behind them as they watch the fireworks, sort of a silhouette of them. Do things that are specific to you and not just generic things that people like us would already have videos and photos online of. That way you can be in the moment most of the time, but also capturing things that are special and not just, capturing things that have already been captured by people that do it better. Number two is that you might consider, if you don't already know, to use the Notes app scanner for documents or signs or receipts. So, my Disney World trips are business trips. And so all the receipts have to be kept. And I don't want to keep the paper because it's just messy and accumulates a lot over the years. But this also can apply to anything documents that you might need for your trip, signs that you come across, any kind of paper. And if you're not familiar, you can open that Notes app and there is a button that you can pick and it will find the outline of the document that is being scanned. And then it will save it on your phone as a note. You can also export it as a PDF, etc. So if you're not already familiar and you have any need for that, make sure you know how to do that before your trip. And then lastly, if you were the planner of your group and you want everybody else in your group to know the plans, consider creating a shared note on your phone with your trip plan so that everybody can reference it. This is actually how we do things during our trip because usually there's two of us. And so we will just keep a note. So right now we have one for the next trip coming up that has the daily breakdown of everything that we're going to do. So we both are on the same page about what our plans look like. So if you are traveling with a group, consider doing something like that on your phone as well. So that's the tips that I know, but I know that there's got to be a lot more out there. So if you have some that you would like to share, or if you have Android equivalents, I would love to hear how that works. Please leave those in the comments. Thanks for watching.